Okay, so our activity today is spatial senses. Okay, spatial senses in our body. This means that all of this is about sensation, no action, just sensing. Right? So we have 5 spatial sense in our body. The first one is the one that sense smell. It's called olfaction. Olfaction. Then the cell is called the olfactory cell. And then the one that sense the taste. Taste is gustation. Not gas station, gas station. Gas station is different. Gustatory means taste. And then the next one, the one that sense vision. Vision. Okay. And the next one is, can you hear me? Hearing. It's called the audition. Audition. And the last one is the one that sense of balance. Equilibrium. Dalton already studied this. Okay. Equilibrium. You guys want? All these 5 spatial sense are conscious sensation. Conscious sensations under which nervous system? Remember there are 2 nervous systems based on function, somatic and autonomic.
This would be
Which one that sense somatic? So under somatic, somatic nervous system. Therefore you can feel it, you know it, because what? Because they are under somatic nervous system. Okay, you guys understand? Now, because we have a lot of things to do in the lab, we're going to divide this activity into 2. Okay, today we're going to do this. Number 3, 4, and 5. Vision, audition, and equilibrium. Next week, we're going to do the olfaction and gustation. You follow this? Now, we're going to explain a little bit, especially about the vision, the eyes. Because you're going to dissect the eyes. I'm going to show you the structure, explain the structure of the eyes. So for the vision, the organ that's used for seeing, what do you call that organ? Eyes. How many eyes do you have? 2. So the organ is eyes. You get one? And these eyes, the organ is divided into 2 types. The first one is called the accessory structure. Accessory means the structure is not really used for seeing. It's just additional, helper, supporter for the eye itself. Not the eyes, actually the main structure. We're going to see the second one is the main structure. So the first one is called the accessory structure, which is helper or supporter or protector. This accessory structure consists of, like for example, first here, you see this one? What you call this? Eyebrow. Eyebrow. If someone do not have eyebrow, can they see it still? Yes, because this is just accessory structure. Even some women, they shape it and change it with pencil. Because just accessory structure, not used for seeing, but it's help actually if you're sweating. It's going to direct the sweat not to your eyes, but on the side. What next? The one that close your eyes. Eyelids. That's a sort of protection. Accessory structure. Without eyelid, you still be able to see. What next? On the eyelids, you have the eyelashes. 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 Okay? Now, let's say we have these eyes like this. Okay? Let's say this is the nose on this side. Okay? And this is eyebrow, eyelids, eyelashes. Okay? Over here under this, on the corner, on the lateral side, there is a gland that produces the sweat. I'm sorry. That produces the tears. What do you call that? Tears gland. What is tear? Lacrimal. Remember tear? Lacrimal. So there is a lacrimal glands on each eyes. It's on the lateral top. Okay, side, upper lateral side of the eyes. This produces the tear. The tears will go to your eyeball over here, and then going here, there is a channel, lacrimal duct that connect the eyes to the nose. And using the bone, what do you call the bones on the eye socket? Two of them, lacrimal bones. So the name is continue. Right? That lacrimal bone actually have the duct, the lacrimal duct. Okay, so that's the lacrimal gland. And then, if you see this eyeball, let's say this is eyeball. Can you move your eyeball? Left, right, up, down.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Muscles.
There is muscle. Right? There is muscle. What type of muscle is that? What type of muscle that able you control? Skeletal muscle. Right? There's a skeletal muscle that connect or control the eyeball movement. Right? There are 6 of them. Right? These 6 muscle is called the 6 extrinsic. Extrinsic. So we can say this extrinsic is skeletal muscle. What are these 6? First, there are one muscle on the top. That muscle is straight. Straight means rectus. Okay, what is top? Superior. Superior. Remember direction? Superior rectus. And the opposite way is going to be antagonistic muscle. Will be at the bottom. What do you call that? Inferior rectus. Inferior rectus. Straight muscle. There will be one that close to your, let's say this is the nose over here. So middle. Medial. It's going to be called the medial rectus. And there will be one opposite of the medial. This is going to be antagonistic muscle to the medial. Lateral. Lateral rectus. There are so far 4. We need 2 more. The 2 more is actually here. There is muscle that actually kind of diagonal. Diagonal on the top and diagonal on the bottom. Oblique. So what is top? What is top? Above. Superior. Superior. The same. It's gonna be, the name gonna be superior oblique. Oblique. And the last one will be opposite, will be inferior oblique. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 external or extrinsic muscle. Extrinsic muscle, which is skeletal muscle. Now, on the lab, you're gonna do that observation when your friend moving to the left, the eyeball to the right, for example. You have to define which muscle contract, which muscle relax. For the right eyes, for the left eyes, it's gonna be different. You guys understand? Now the oblique is gonna be turn your eye. It's gonna be turning a little bit. It's not straight movement, but turning movement. Okay? You have question for this accessory organ. I'm gonna erase it and then we're gonna explain the main organ, which is number 2. Main organs. Okay? What do you call the main organ for vision? It looks like ball. It's called the eyeball. Eyeball. So that's the main organ. The eyeball. Eyeball, if you don't have eyeball, you cannot see because that's the main organ for vision. So we have accessory structure, and number 2, the main structure is called the eyeball. Now if we dissect the eyeball, let's say we dissect that sagittal, sagittal plane, maybe eyeball will gonna be look like this. Okay? It will have 3 layers, 3 main layers, 3 main layers of the eyeball. The first layer is called the fibrous tunic. It means that it's made of fiber. It's going to be very strong. When you dissect it, it's not easy to cut the eyeball because of this fibrous tunic. That fibrous tunic consists of 2. Gonna put number 1 over here. Gonna be this outer layer over here, from the back to the front. Okay? And that layer white in color. Therefore sometimes people call it white of the eyes. You get it? And that layer is actually called the sclera. Sclera, which is white. Okay, white color. You still able to see in your eyes. You see white on the eyes, right? That's the sclera. You do that? And then in the front over here, you have a little bit white, and then in the front over here, it becomes clear. Clear. This is number 1. It's gonna be number 2. Change into white, from white into clear, like a glass. Anybody know what you call it? Cornea. So cornea is a fibrous tunic. Cornea. Okay? So this is sclera, in the front become cornea, like glass. Therefore, the light can enter into your eyes. Okay? Guys, one? The second layer is called the vascular tunic or vascular layer. Okay? It consists of, we're gonna continue the number. Okay, so number 4. After 2, there is 3. Okay, it's gonna be here. We're gonna use, let's say, blue color, but actually the color will gonna be black. If you dissect that letter, you're gonna see black layer. You see white layer and also black layer. Okay, and that number 3 over here, the black layer is called choroid. The color is black. What is the function of black color? Reflect light or absorb light? Absorb. Remove dark color, absorb light. This actually absorb the scattered light, the light that you don't need inside the eyes. So that's choroid. You with me? In the front, this choroid change into muscle. That muscle is going to be called the intrinsic muscle because it is smooth muscle. involuntary muscle. So it's going to be number 3 over here. Sorry, number 4. Okay, that number 4. Yeah, it's called iris. Iris. Iris is a smooth muscle. This is intrinsic muscle. Remember, you have 6 extrinsic muscle, which is skeletal muscle, the one that order your eyeball, and you have intrinsic, which is smooth muscle inside your eyes. And what's the function of this? Iris. Control this. This one's going to be number 5. Now, number 5 is the hole in your eyes. You will have a hole. Yes, the pupil. Pupil. Pupil, which is hole of the eyes. And that pupil controlled by iris. And it is involuntary control. If it is too much light, what happens with the pupil? Smaller or bigger? Smaller. Okay? The iris will be contracted, close the pupil a little bit. If it is less light, what happens? The iris will be dilated, open the hole. When you get angry, what happens? Your pupil become bigger or small?
Small. Bigger.
Bigger. When you're angry, okay, this will be dilated, and your eyes look like bigger, but actually the hole become bigger. Okay? So that's the pupil. You guys right? Also in the front, this iris will change into organ. It's called it's gonna be called number 6 over here. Okay, it's called the ciliary body. Ciliary body. Okay, and this ciliary body actually have 2 parts. The front part, this is 6A, and then the posterior part, which is 6B. Okay, 6A is called the ciliary process, and this ciliary process produces the liquid for your eyes. So your eyes actually inside have liquid produced by this ciliary process. And the second one is another smooth muscle, another intrinsic muscle. Right? It's called the ciliary muscle. And this is also intrinsic. What does intrinsic mean? Involuntary, because this is smooth muscle. You follow this? And then this ciliary muscle will control something over here that look like a marble. Anybody know what is that? L-E-N-S.
Lens.
The lens. It's the lens. So this number 7 over here is lens. So ciliary muscle control the lens. Like for example, if you read closer, okay, reading, what happened with your lens? Lens look like this. Okay? When you read closer, the lens become bulging. Okay? Because it's going to be pushed by that ciliary muscle because you look very close. Right? That's what we call the accommodation. It may be bulging, or maybe if you read or you see outside, then what happens? Your lens will become a little bit flat. It's relaxed. You see the one? So therefore, it is when you're reading, when you study, for example, you study for 15 minutes, reading for 1 minute, and look outside maybe for 3 minutes. It helps you. It helps your eye from being so stressful. Okay? Because if you read forever, for a long period of time, the muscle is actually going to be very contracted. Guess what? So just see outside for 3 minutes, then read again. Yeah, it will help this lens. So this lens, whether bulging or flat, is called, okay, the action is called the accommodation. Okay, lens accommodation. Okay, now that's the lens. Okay, that's for the second layer. Then I'm gonna put the third layer, see over here. It's called the, we have vascular tunic, we have the last layer. It's called the nervous tunic. Why it is called nervous tunic? Because these were the photoreceptors located. The one that actually received the light. The nervous tunic, only one is called retina. Okay, retina. When you dissect the eyes, you're gonna see this only on the 1/3 of the back of the eyes, or the eyeball. So this one is the, which is gonna put number 8. Okay, so number 8. So this is number 8, retina. Okay, in retina you're gonna have the photoreceptor. Except here, except in this area. In this area there is no photoreceptor because this is the nerve. There is no photoreceptor in the nerve, and the nerve is called the optic nerve, which is nerve number 2, cranial nerve number 2. Okay, so this is CN number 2, the optic nerve, and there is no photoreceptor over here. Therefore, this place is called blind spot. Blind spot. Blind spot. You're gonna check your blind spot during the exercise. Alright? Blind spot or optic disc. That's another name. Okay? So when the object goes to the blind spot, you don't see that object. And again, you're gonna check it. Everybody will have blind spot. Right? So blind spot. So in the retina, you have the photoreceptor. Photoreceptor. Okay, I'm gonna use this over here. Okay. 2 types of photoreceptors in the retina. The first one is called the rod photoreceptor. This is based on the shape. The shape looks like a rod stick, and this is for black and white vision. So it's only receive and give you the sensation of black and white or gray. And the second one is called the cones photoreceptor, which is, this is color. And there are 3 types of cone. The first one, everybody have it. Everybody have it. That cone is called blue cone. Everybody have blue cones. Blue cones. B and C, this is sometimes some people don't have it, which is red and green. Therefore, there are some people that have color blind. What is that actually? Mostly because they don't have red or green cone, or maybe both of them. It's going to be total blind, color blindness. You're going to check your friends whether they have color blinds or not. Okay, there is the way to check whether people have this color blind over here. Color blind. That's going to be related to the green and red only, not the blue. Blue, everybody has it. Okay? So these are the structure of the eyes, accessory structure, and the main organ, which is the eyeball. With that, now we're gonna do the activity. For this activity, okay, I'm gonna explain again about some of the accessory structure of the eyes. Okay, over here, this is gonna be on the lateral side. Okay, this is the medial side of the eyes. So you see this gland over here. This one is called the lacrimal gland or tears gland. So this is the one that produces the tears. And then this is the eyelid. Okay, the eyelid. And then I'm gonna explain the muscles called the extrinsic muscle, the muscle that control the eyeball movement. Okay, so if it is the front part, let's say this is the front part, so this is the eyeball. Okay, and then you see this one, this is gonna be the lacrimal gland. So it's telling you this actually on the lateral side, this one will be the medial side. So on the top, you're gonna see the muscles. This is what we call the superior rectus muscle. So this is superior rectus muscle. And then the opposite gonna be at the bottom. So it's gonna be this muscle over here. Right? So this one is the inferior rectus. And then this is gonna be in medial sides. So it's gonna medial rectus. So your nose will be on this side. Right? And this is on the lateral side. You see the lateral rectus. Now on the top you have another superior muscle that is actually oblique. So this one is the oblique, superior oblique, and superior oblique has tendons. So this is the tendons that attach to the eyeball. So this is all the tendons. Okay, so this is the tendon for the superior oblique, and at the bottom, okay, you also have the oblique muscle over here. So this muscle is called the inferior oblique. So these are the 6 extrinsic muscle, the muscle that control the eyeball movement, and all of them are included as accessory structure of the eyes. Now the main structure of the eyes is actually the eyeball over here. So this is the eyeball. If we dissect the eyeball, then you're gonna see this kind of model. Okay, so you see over here, yeah, remember it has 3 main layers. Okay, the fibrous tunic, vascular tunics, and the nervous tunic. The fibrous tunic consists of 2 layers. The back one over here, color white, is called the sclera. This is the one that protect the eyeball and give the shape of the eyeball. And the front, this sclera is become cornea, which is clear layer. So cornea and sclera are part of the fibrous tunic. And then under that, okay, there should be black color, this one. Okay, so this gonna be the vascular tunics that consists of 5 or 6 different structure. This one just under the sclera is a black layer. It's called the choroid all the way. Okay, especially on the back. And then in the front, if we take this out, so we take the cornea. Actually, you cannot take the cornea because cornea and sclera, they are together. So in the front over here, it's become, so that's vascular tunic, that choroid is become muscle. And this muscle is the one that control the whole. You see the whole? The whole is called pupil, and the muscle is called the iris. So iris, it is actually intrinsic muscle, which is the smooth muscle. So it is going to be involuntary muscle that control the pupil. On the back, you're going to see the choroid also change, become what we call the ciliary body, that consists of ciliary process that produce the fluid, and the ciliary muscle, another intrinsic muscle, that will control this structure. So I can take this structure out. When you dissect, you can also should be able to take this out. So this, this structure is called the lens. So the lens. So this lens is controlled by the ciliary muscle over here. Okay, so ciliary muscle. So you have iris control the pupil. Behind it there is a lens. That lens is controlled by this ciliary muscle. Okay, and then on the back, then you're gonna have the last layer is called the nervous tunic. Only one layer. This is yellow in color. So when you dissect, it's gonna be kind of a fatty tissue, yellowish, whitish color. And this one is called the retina. So retina, this is the nervous tunic where the neurons located. And the neurons that located in this retina is called photoreceptors, because this is actually a receptor for light. And there are two types of photoreceptor, rod and cones. And there are three types of cones, blue, red, and green. If you see over here on this side, this retina will all bundle together here, and this area is called the optic disc. And the optic disc, there are no photoreceptor. Therefore, this optic disc is also known as blind spot. And this optic disc then will go to your brain, to our brain, and then go to the back of the brain, which is the occipital lobes. Okay, so the cortex of the occipital lobes that will process the sensation from our eyes. So to tell you the color, the shape, and etc. Okay, so this is the eyes. Now I'm gonna explain about the other special sense which is used for hearing and balance. This is located in one organ, is called the ear. So ear divided into three parts: the external ear, and then the middle ear over here, okay, the middle ear, and the inner ear. So inner ear. Okay, so if you see this on the external ear, it consists of this, okay, pinnae or auricle, ear lobe, and then it has canal. It's called the ear canal or auditory canal. Okay, and then this canal will end as a membrane. It's called the drum. So it's gonna be ear drum. I'm gonna try to take the ear drum from here. So this is how it looks like, the eardrum. It's just a membrane, and when the sound wave enter into the auditory canal, it will reach the eardrum. The eardrum will be vibrating. Okay, so that's the end part of the external ear. Now from the eardrum, then go to the middle ear, and middle ear consists of three bones. It's called the ear ossicle. So the bone is actually look like this. So there are three ear ossicle bones. So this is malleus. Okay, this is the one that receives the vibration from the eardrum, and the vibration then go to this second bone. It's called the incus. And the incus will send that vibration to the next one, the next bone. It's called the stapes. So the stapes over here. And the stape, you're gonna see, if you see this in the middle ear, is gonna be go to the window. If I take this, you see the window over here. So it's go to this window that connect into the inner ear. So this is inner ear. So again, so middle ear consists of 3 bones, malleus, incus, and stape. Vibrations will go to the inner ear, and the inner ear you have this organ. This is organ. This organ actually consists of 2 functions. You see this one, it can maybe look like this. You see the lung look like a snail over here. This organ is actually used for hearing. This is for hearing, and the other organ is this one over here. From here to here, from here to here, and this organ is used for balance. So there are 2 organs in the internal ear, which is the cochlea. It looks like a snail, is for hearing, and then the other organs is actually has 3 parts: Utricle, Saccule, and the semicircular canal. This look like actually inside this is a canal, so semicircular canal, and all of these structure, the Utricle, Saccule, and the semicircular canal is used for balance. So for balance. Now, if you see this one, you see this is actually cranial nerve. This is cranial nerve that will go to the brain. This is cranial nerve number 8. It's called the vestibulocochlear, because it's coming from the cochlea for hearing, and vestibula that consists of utricle, saccule, and semicircular canal for balance. And if you see this, it's actually divided into 2 parts. The one that coming from cochlea, this is cochlear nerve, and this is vestibular nerve coming from vestibule. All of them will combine into cranial nerve number 8. It's called the vestibulocochlear. It will go to our temporal lobes, the one that will sensing or identifying the hear or the hearing, and also balance. So this again part of the ear. External ear consists of pinnae or auricle, and then the auditory canal and the eardrum. The eardrum. And the medial or middle ear consists of 3 bones. 3 bones, which is the malleus, incus, and the stapes. And then the last part is the inner ear, consists of cochlea and vestibula. The function of external ear is to receive sound wave. So this is receive sound wave, carry the sound wave into the middle ear. In the middle ear, the sound wave will be amplified by these 3 bones, and then it's going to be sending into the inner ear, where the cochlea will have the cell, the neuron is called the hair cell, that will sense the hearing, the sound wave based on the frequency and the volume, and then it will be taken into our temporal lobes of the cerebral cortex. So gonna be temporal cortex, where the sound or the voice will be identified. I hope it's helped to understand the part of the ear. Okay? See you then.